A very good afternoon, DPN Taman Shamagaratnam, Professor Anna the Mayor, President of SMU, Professor David Chan, a good friend editor of the book we are launching today, Dr. Sudanaya, another good friend who is our partner in crime in this whole process. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the launch of the book, How Working Together Matters, Adversity, Aspirations and Action. This book is actually a culmination of many years of work, I must say hard work, by many stakeholders who are here together with us this afternoon with the same vision. We all had the same vision when we started this project some 6 to 7 years ago. The vision is really of helping fellow Singaporean families who at that time were in crisis and how they overcame the adversity, fulfill their aspirations through our collective action. And that's really the basis behind the title of this book, How We Work Together to help them overcome those adversity and fulfill their aspirations through our collective action. For the benefit of those who are not familiar with the project, just very quickly to share with you the background to the project. It started out way back some 10 years ago during the financial crisis of 2008-2009, where there were quite a lot of families who were affected by that financial crisis. They lost their homes for many reasons, struggled with some challenges. At that time, they were also struggling because we didn't have options, alternatives for them. They didn't have alternatives for housing. They were living like nomads, moving from one place to another, outlived the goodwill of friends and families, and they end up in the beaches, they end up in the void decks. And we saw that some 10 years ago. And so government responded by giving them what we call interim housing. And what they really needed at that time was stability, hope, and support. But we soon realized that the complexity that they were undergoing was really tremendous. We realized that no one agency can actually help solve any of the problems that they were facing because we had issues of single parenthood, we had multi-problem families, we had domestic violence, we had neighbors who tell me that, why is it there are screams every time coming from that block? We had situations where suddenly, a TV just dropped from the 10th floor. There were a lot of these issues. Children were playing around, children were running around in the middle of the night at the void deck spaces, in the playground nearby. We were dealing with early pregnancies of teens who already have got kids of their own at the age of 17, 18. Very complex situation. And we realized that not one single person or agency can deal with this problem. We decided that we needed the collective action of all in the community to do it. It wasn't easy. We had to bring in the public, the private sector, the volunteers, to deal with at any one point in time about 400 to 500 families with such challenges. It wasn't easy because we knew that when we brought people from different backgrounds and different interests together, we are dealing with issues of people having different perspectives, turfs to protect, KPIs to meet, and oftentimes different lenses that they were looking through to help these families. And therefore, we need to bring everyone together with the same vision. Lots of meeting, I can tell you. Lots of sharing. Lots of sweat. Lots of tears sometimes because, the social workers were under tremendous pressure. Families came with a lot of demands and needs. Volunteers worked very hard, knocking on doors in the middle of the night, ever ready to respond whenever we call upon them to help. Cut story short, 7 years later, we were very, very happy that we were successful in rehousing more than 1,180 families who went through these two blocks, blocks 46 and 50. Thus, the 4D that you keep hearing, 4650. But don't bother buying the 4D because it'll never happen. It never will hit. Many people try, but we never get it. After 7 years, what we were successful is actually getting these 1,183 families into permanent homes. Almost half of them were able to purchase their own homes again, while they had homes before that. We believed in them, and we worked hard to help them with it. So in that process, we decided to share our experience. And so the book we are launching today, there's a prequel to it. A prequel is inside your folder, which is this book, Helping Homeless Families Find Hope. This book was written and published in July this year, where we had a symposium to share our experiences. And so this is the stories behind Project 4650. So the book that we are launching today is the analysis of that journey, which is this book. So if you want to appreciate the whole process, the learning, the experience, you need to read both books together. Then you get the actual stories and you get the analysis and the learning points. But I think today would not have been possible without the effort by all those who have made it possible. So you will read a critical analysis of what it really means for us to work together. A lot of times we hear so much about networking, we hear so much about we need to work together, but what does it really mean? How does working together matters in helping groups of Singaporeans who are challenged with lots of difficulties? So I want to thank first all our partners. I couldn't say thank you enough at many different occasions who have helped us make the lives of many of our families different. And when you see we had a Hari Raya gathering not too long ago, we brought all the families back. The smiles on the children's faces really light up our own hearts because we never imagined that families who used to live in a park in a van could ever imagine themselves being a homeowner again. And you see the freshness in the faces of all the children of some of these families. For today, I would like to thank the contributors who have put this book together, especially Professor David Chan, who did an excellent job in editing the book. Of course, we also would like to thank our parent organization, People's Association, our CED is here. Southeast CDC was able to coordinate because we had the support of our parent organization, the People's Association, who believed that our fundamental role is building communities. And what we've been able to do is really to show that in Singapore, we are not short of good-hearted individuals who are able to build communities. And I hope the two books that you're going to have access to and read gives you hope of what it really means to build communities in Singapore in the context of, in this case, solving real-life issues that people face. I would also put on record our deepest thanks to Prime Minister Lee, who contributed an insightful foreword in the book, and of course to DPM for launching this book this afternoon. I hope that the readers will find the book useful as a useful resource as we continue to reflect on how we can and should work together as we understand and meet the needs of Singaporeans, particularly those who face severe crises and challenges in their lives. So thank you so much, everyone, for spending this afternoon with us. Thank you.